What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and I'm pretty excited to make this video today. We're going to be talking about some of the upgrades that I have done to maybe the best pistol out of the box currently on the market today. We're going to be talking about my custom CZ P10c. If you haven't seen the previous review I did on this pistol about a month ago now, please check that out. We will be rehashing some of the information, but most of it will get glossed over. So if you want to know the details and specs and everything about this pistol, check that video out first before you watch this one. This is going to be more of a video about some of the upgrades that I made, and then there'll be a third video in this series where I compare this gun to all the guns in my collection. Now, what do I mean when I say I think this pistol might be the best all-around pistol? Well, there's lots of pistols that would be better for this for like competition, USPSA. There's some that would be better for concealed carry. They would be smaller and lighter, but this pistol's kind of right in the middle. Same size, or very similar at least, to the Glock 19. That famous size that's good at everything. Small enough to carry, but big enough to fight with. And this pistol, in that regard, is exceptional. Very similar weight to the Glock. I think it's maybe an ounce or two more. It's right around 26 ounces. However, as you can see in some of the footage, this pistol shoots phenomenally. I would have no problem whatsoever defending my life with this gun, and honestly, I would even take it over some of the bigger guns that I own. Let's get into some of the upgrades that I've done to this pistol, and I'll talk about why I've done them. So first thing I did was I decided to make this thing Hawkeye Colors. Yep, I'm from Iowa, and I'm a Hawkeye fan, so I wanted my gun black and gold. It's already black, right from the factory, so I went to titaniumgun.com. They specialize in tin coating or titanium nitride coating. That is a coating that's very heat, corrosion, and chemical resistant. Very, very durable, and it stays on for a long period of time. It's not like taking a can of spray paint and spraying it on there. You can buy Glock barrels that already have this coating, but if you have a gun that's hard to get, a gun like this, for example, that doesn't have any custom barrels out, you can send it to them, and they do a great job. Their turnaround time was less than 2 weeks. That's from shipping to receiving it back to my door, under 2 weeks, and it cost me $95 to get this tin treatment on this barrel. I think that's impressive. So far, I have right around 600 to 700 rounds through this. There's no wear or whatsoever on the barrel. There's no scratches or anything yet, and I don't expect there will be anytime soon. As I said, it does offer some functionality, but for the most part, it's just for looks. The second thing that I did was I wanted to fix the texture. Now, I'm not saying the texture on the CZ P10c was bad by any means, but I am saying that I wanted the best texture on the market. And I didn't want some average stippling. I didn't want to do it myself. I didn't want to save any money. This is probably my favorite polymer pistol. This came out in a long time, so I wanted to do it right. So I called one of the best stippling custom gun shops in the country, TXT CUSTOM GUN WORKS in Burleson, Texas. I found these guys off an article from the Firearm blog. The texture looked awesome. They were talking about how awesome the service was, and I gotta say, they weren't lying. 7 to 10 days total from start to finish, from shipping it there, shipping it back. Not only do they do their patented cross-hatch stippling, which adds a lot more texture than traditional stippling. Honestly, after having this, it's going to be pretty difficult to go back. But they also recontour the grip, and the attention to detail is really awesome. As you can see there on the mag release, nothing's in the way. The stippling's not really raised up or anything like that. There's no weird marks or anything. It's all completely uniform and completely professionally done. They also did both the thumb straps there, which is really awesome too. Now, this stippling was about $300. They do give a 10% military and law enforcement discount. Now, some of you are going to be saying that why would I pay $300 for stippling when I could just do it with a wood burner? Because if you're going to use your gun a lot, I'm telling you, the texture on this is far superior than anything I've ever done myself or gotten from cheaper places. With guns, a lot like things in life, you get what you pay for. And I wanted something really, really awesome. I was going to put a lot of money into this gun anyway, so I wanted the best texture, and I think I achieved it. I am super, super impressed with this grip. So if you want some of the best stippling on the market, if you want a really good texture without having to rub your stomach too much, check out TXT CUSTOM GUN WORKS in Texas, because they do an amazing job. They also gave me constant updates. The guy was extremely friendly. He texted me when my gun got there. He texted me pictures when it was done, and he let me know when it was shipping back. And as I said, the turnaround time was right around 7 business days, which is extremely impressive. Sometimes when you send your gun to stippling places, it could be 3 to 6 months before you get it back. All right, so the next and probably the biggest change that I made to the CZ P10 is I added an armoire. One of the reasons why I did that is because I've been looking for a great pistol to have an armoire on, and I felt with the amazing trigger and incredibly low bore axis on the CZ P10c, it would be a great choice, and I was absolutely correct. I had this work done by CAJUN GUN WORKS. They do a really, really great job. Talk about another company that had a quick turnaround time, under 2 weeks for the entire process. I was on the phone with him several times talking about exactly what I wanted. This is kind of an odd request. They don't offer it on their website yet, but they definitely do it. Just give them a call, tell them this is what you want. They can either put the sight in the front or the back, I believe, but I wanted it like this because I will be running this with an armoire off occasionally. And what they did was they took the old CZ P10 sight off and they put a Glock on. So that does two things. One, it allows space for the armoire, and two, now if I want night sights, all I have to do is use the standard P07 night sight, which there are plenty available, and I can use a Glock rear and just match the height. So that's pretty awesome. So even if I don't have the armoire on, now I have the ability to run night sights. Now I'm not for sure on this, don't quote me, but I'm pretty confident if you guys don't want the armoire, you can just send your gun to CAJUN GUN WORKS and they'll just remill that rear sight for you, and then you can have whatever night sight that you want. So that's a big pro as well. Now, with the armoire on there, I've increased my accuracy just that much more. If you guys haven't used an armoire, there are some cons to it. Don't get me wrong, there definitely are. Cons that the armoire Type 2 I think have fixed, and this will have an armoire Type 2 on it shortly. I actually have one right now and I'm testing it on my AR pistol, and it is going to find its way to this, but when I did send this to CAJUN GUN WORKS, this is the only one that I had, so this is the one that got mounted on there. They do need you to send your sight with the package when you send it, and they mill it out for you, and it's only about 160 bucks, something like that, which is incredibly cheap for the work that they did. This is not moved. It is very tight and very secure, and I'm extremely happy with it. Sometimes when you get subpar companies do slide milling, you will lose some reliability in your pistol. That has not been the case with this armoire. I have shot 600 to 700 rounds through it. After that, they've all been cheap, either Winchester White Box or Freedom Munitions, or even that Polytech ammo, and this gun has run flawless the entire time with all of those low-powered ammos, so it's pretty much guaranteed to run anything that you would want to put through it, even with the armoire in place. If you have any questions about it and you want to have CAJUN GUN WORKS do your slide, just call Scott down there. You go to their contact page and you'll see his phone number, and I actually believe it's his cell phone number because every time I called him, he answered no problem. We worked it out and everything worked perfectly, and as I said, for 160 bucks and 2 weeks wait time, you can have an armoire on your CZ P10c. And again, as of now, either this or the Walther PPQ have been the perfect armoire hosts for this armoire here. It does a great job. This even more so than the Walther. I like this on this pistol more so than I have on any other pistol I've owned, just because it's got that great trigger, armoires help with accuracy, and it's got that low bore axis. You have to remember that the dot is raised up even higher than suppressor sights would be, so your point of aim is going to be a little bit higher. So if you put that on something that's got a super high bore axis, like a SIG P320 for example, you're going to be way up here even further. So something like the P10c that has an incredibly low profile is a great choice for an armoire, in my opinion. The last thing I mounted to it, which I had mounted to it through the entire testing of even in the regular review process, is the INFORCE APLC. I think this currently is the best pistol light on the market. As you can see there, it's completely flush fit with the P10c, and it's just an amazing light. I can make hits at night out to about 75 yards with this pistol with no issue at all with this light and armoire combo, and that's incredibly impressive for a gun that is essentially a compact, and it's 26 ounces, but it also holds 15 rounds. There's really not much in the pistol world that you couldn't do with this gun. I think it's superior in its current configuration. I think it is superior to almost every other gun on the market today. Now, there are some certain things that some guns do better than this still, and we're going to talk about that in the next video, where I compare this gun to 1911, a Wilson Combat. I'm going to compare it to a Glock 19. I'm going to compare it to an M&P. I'm going to compare it to an M&P 2.0, a Canic, a Walther PPQ. Like I said, every gun that I own, we're going to compare it to, and that'll be an even longer video than this one. But right now, I wanted to show you some of the custom work that I had done because I had a lot of questions about it and comments about it, and I just kind of wanted to honestly show it off because I think it looks pretty sick. But if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.